top grandmaster of Uzbekistan, Nodirbek Yakubboev, meets the current world classical champion Domaraju Gukesh at the World Blitz Championship 2025. Gukesh has the white pieces. Nodirbek had an amazing performance in the World Cup, very nearly qualified to the candidates, fourth place finish there, and now faces Gukesh. This will be an exciting clash. It's also coming towards the end of the tournament. We are in round number 17. Gukesh calms himself down. Nodirbek gets ready. Start your clocks. The players shake hands. And this, dear friends, is the ChessBase mobile app recap of the day. Gukesh opens the game with pawn to e4. We have the Sicilian, d6 played, and open Sicilian by Gukesh. Pawn takes, knight f6. He brings out his knight, and we have the Najdorf. G3 is something that Gukesh has played heavily in this tournament. He also played it against Jan Nepomniachtchi, this exact line where you bring your knight to f3. Knight e2 or knight b3 are more common moves, but this is slowly turning into something that Gukesh has an expertise in. h6 played to control the g5 square. a4, gaining space on the queen side, stopping the move b5 at some point. And you can see that while Nodirbek Yakubboev thinks Gukesh has quite a lot of time on the clock, bishop comes out to e6. He plays bg2, and now the knight could drop to d7, could also come to c6. You could also play bishop e7. He brings his knight out to c6. Quickly castles here. Rook c8 played. And now Gukesh has a few plans. He can go rook e1. He can go knight h4, knight f5. He goes for this queen e2, rook d1 plan to put the rook on the d file to stop the d5 break from happening. Yakubboev plays his bishop out to e7. We have rook d1 on the d file, and black castles here. And now Gukesh can play h3, bishop e3, but he goes knight to d5, right into the heart of the position. And here black can actually go bishop to g4, pinning here, threatening knight d4. That's a good way to play. But there's also a very interesting move that black has at his disposal, which is to take the knight, pawn takes, and knight b4 with a double attack on c2 and d5. And he does it. He takes, pawn takes, knight b4 on the board. Gukesh quickly plays c3. Maybe this is all Gukesh's prep. He goes knight h4, attacks the knight on d5, threatening to come into f5 as well. Already Yakubboev in trouble, because if he moves the knight, b7 is hanging. He plays e4, and now Gukesh can snatch the pawn. But he jumps in to f5, attacking the bishop on e7, also looking at these pawns. Now rook e8 played. Now let's calculate. There is a move bishop h6 which is possible. Let's say take, pawn takes, right? And now knight takes. If you go king f8, and this is all that Gukesh is calculating inside Gukesh's mind now, queen h5, and this is toasted. I take here, bishop e4 with a mate. That's happening. The knight is hanging. So in this position, after rook e8, bishop h6, g6, knight h6, you can't go here. You are calculating king h7, but then knight f7. Suddenly the queen is hanging. Bishop e4 comes with a check. Oof, that doesn't look good. King h8 is terrible because it's a fork. You can't play it. So king g7 comes to mind, but then I come with a check. I take here or take here. It looks very, very interesting, this position. So with Gukesh calculating close to a minute now, he is looking at this sacrifice. He's also looking at rook d5 possibilities. Bishop e4 now makes less sense because bishop will drop back and there's a pin. Boom, he takes it. And Yakubboev must at all costs not take this. Play bishop f8 and his position is fine. Gukesh can go bg5 and his position is also okay. But what you can't do, oh, he takes it and Gukesh chops off the pawn. He's like, Nodirbek, where are you going with your king? king f8, I have rook takes d5, knight takes d5, queen h5, which we just saw is complete curtains in the position. So, well, now king g7 is perhaps the only move in this position which makes some sense, because rest of the moves are plain losing. So Yakubboev now down to a minute on the clock. Sometimes you take a piece and then you are like, oof, did I make a mistake here? And that's exactly his feeling. He goes king g7, and for Gukesh the best move is to come back. Knight to f5 check, he plays it. The king now has few squares, king g6, king g8, he goes king f8, and an important move now is bishop takes e4. See, there is going to be a pin here, but if you look at this bishop, it can't move at all. So this is your time to chop off the e4 pawn, put pressure on d5, attack b7, and you piece down, but you can go queen e3 with the idea of queen h6 check and checkmate here. That can happen. So Gukesh goes bishop takes e4, an excellent move, and Yakubboev needs to move this knight. Knight b6, knight c7, any good move, but you can't take here. If you take here, I'll simply take with the queen, and he does it. He takes it. Queen takes e4. Now the d5 knight is hanging, and you need to protect it. Like, otherwise you will be simply 2 pawns down in a position your king is weak. He goes knight f6. No queen g4 possible to mate here as the knight controls this square. But we have queen f4, threatening queen h6 check and a mate on g7. So knight g8 only move. He goes back, and now queen g4. Beautifully played by Gukesh. There's a mate coming in on g7. If you play bishop f6, I'll simply play rook takes d6, attacking the queen and the bishop here. So he goes bg5, and there are many ways. You can take on d6 with a fork, but Gukesh takes with the rook, and the queen has no squares here. Goes knight h6, attacking the queen. If you play knight takes h6, queen takes d6 is hanging. So just move the queen away is a good move here. And he plays it, and now the queen is hanging. It can't defend the bishop. If you move the queen away, then queen takes g5, h6 is hanging, and he resigns here. A beautiful game by Gukesh, and it all started off with that central pawn sacrifice on d5, which was not a good idea. Yakubboev went for it, took it, and Gukesh's bishops became very strong, especially the one on g2, and then he sacked on h6 and checkmated Yakubboev's king here. And there you see Nodirbek sitting in his chair trying to think what went wrong. Well, it was not his day. All these years, ChessBase was a software that needed to be installed on your computer. But now, ChessBase has come up with a mobile app. It's called the ChessBase mobile app, and it is available both on Android and iPhone. With the app, you can now prepare against an opponent. You can get access to more than 11 million games in your database. You can create a new game, analyze it. The premium users get access to the fastest cloud engines, and then you can save your analysis. What's more is that the app is completely free. If you want to stay connected to serious chess preparation on the go, then the ChessBase mobile app is for you.